What's up, all you beautiful people? Today, I want to talk about a very subtle shift that I had to go through in turning my ADHD into a superpower. And so Anuj asked me a question about the puppy that we're getting in here in a couple of days and if I'm excited for it. And I think my answer might surprise you. So tune in, check out this episode. I think you're gonna get a little bit of a takeaway here that can serve you on your journey. And let me know down in the comments what you took away, and I'll see you guys on the other side. I don't have a place in my brain for future events. It just doesn't.
It's not here.
There's a black hole in my brain.
Yeah.
Like there's a black hole in my emotions when you're like, oh, what's it gonna be like? Are you looking forward to having a puppy? I'm like, sure.
Yeah.
Same way if you'd asked me like last year, the same time we were in Italy for like a week, but if you had asked me like mid-August, like, how are you excited about Italy? And it's like, yeah, sure. Like I just don't even think about it. Like vacations, events, it's not until it happens that my brain has the ability to even process. Oh, here's the thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm just like dead inside or if I suspect it probably has something a little bit more to do with ADHD and the inability to like future cast. So like people with ADHD have a really hard time imagining the future. It's one of the reasons that we struggle with consequences a lot. Like it's one of the reasons I lost my tooth.
Yeah.
Like I've told that story before where, you know, like growing up, I just didn't have good like oral hygiene. I just didn't brush my teeth nearly enough. Or like it just never crossed my mind because like everybody thinks that they're immortal and that bad things aren't going to happen to them. But most people at least have the sense to realize like I should probably still do some things on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, ADHD people really struggle connecting actions to consequences in the future. And the further out those consequences are, like the harder it is. And just generally, not just like consequences, but also like the benefits of the thing. So it's like, it's hard to imagine how you're going to feel when you graduate, when you get that job, when you get the goal. Like I just have such a hard time imagining what it's going to feel like when I go on a vacation, or in this case, when we get the puppy, that my brain just like seems to lack that ability. So it's like, it can be a really bad thing or it can be just a neutral thing, I guess. It's more of now for me, it's more of like a cerebral exercise, more of a logical. I know now because I've seen it enough times in the past that if I don't do this, I'm going to get hurt. But it's not in the same way that I think a lot of people can realize, like if I do this, I can see what's going to happen and I can see how that's going to feel. It's more, for me now, it's more like, I know that when I don't do this, last time I got my hand burned and I didn't like that. But in this case, it's not like if I do this again, I'm going to get my hand burned. It's a weird nuance, but I have a really hard time future casting in the same way like people with ADHD. Also, typically, here's actually the thing that allowed me to turn ADHD into more of a superpower actually, is that we're not just time blind in the moment. We're not time blind to the future. We're also time blind to the past. So like ADHD people live in this weird limbo state where they like, we don't spend a lot of time perseverating and cycling on past events, and we don't spend a lot of time really thinking about the future events, like in a useful way. We might scatterbrain, kind of bounce between a lot of things. But what ends up happening then is like for most of my life, and I think for a lot of people with ADHD, they do a thing, they get burned, they don't reflect on the thing, so they go and they get burned again. So like the big pivot for me wasn't that I became capable of like projecting into the future and seeing the consequences. It was that I became more intentional about reflecting on the past. And so like my journaling process of writing every single day helps me get in touch and remember, oh, that's right, that thing happened. Because like if you don't ever reflect or think back on your past, then it's just a black hole. Like there's nothing there. And most ADHD people don't spend much time doing that. So it's all just kind of, all those lessons you've acquired are useless. So one of the really valuable things about creating content like this and sharing isn't just for the people that might be listening to this that will go, oh, I experienced the same thing. Maybe I should start journaling. I should start writing. Maybe I should start a meditation reflection practice so that I can pull those lessons forward, because I know I have a proclivity to go into the future like a blind idiot, right? So maybe somebody can get some value out of that. But also for me then, in sharing that, it's like, that's right. That is one of the key pivotal activities that changed, that allowed me to like no longer do stupid things in the moment. And because it's still not like I do the thing in the moment because I know I'm going to avoid the pain in the future. It's simply because I can remember the pain I experienced in the past from not having done it.
Oh, I see.
It's a really weird twist, and I don't know if that's how like most people operate, if that's unique to the ADHD brain or if it's unique to my brain. All I can say is like, from my lens that I have to see the universe through, that's what I've been experiencing. That's been my experience of the universe. But maybe people are different. So like when we talk about, oh, are you excited about getting a puppy this week? Yeah. Like in 3 days, I'm like, I haven't even thought about it. Like it's all Jamie thinks about. She lives in that future. She loves it. She's like, she has so much anticipation. For me, I have zero anticipation for anything in life. Yeah. Zero. Okay. Another, like you'd also say planning, right? Like people plan for the future and that is what allows them to anticipate. I don't plan for the future. I don't have anticipation for the future. So if we're going on a 3-month trip overseas, when we went to Antarctica, I didn't even think about the trip until the day before when I was like, I need to pack. Where are we going? Like, what's the plan here? Right. And she's like, I'm asking these basic ass questions. She's like, are you kidding? I'm like, I have no clue. Like, are we catching connections? Do we fly straight there? She's like, we're going to Dallas and then we're going to Chile and then we're going to take a day and then we're going to fly over to this other place in Santiago and then we're going to go take this other plane and this. I'm like, oh Jesus, that sounds like a lot. She's like, how are you just now thinking about this? I was like, I haven't had to. So yeah, as much, I guess if you struggle in that same way as I do, then you think back in the past. I don't know. But yeah, we'll have a puppy and then I'll be excited because I'll have a puppy. But right now I'm not. I don't feel anything.